Greetings, loyalty card holders. I'm Colonel Failure, and you're back in Ouagadougou International Airport, where it's the tail end of the week. It's Sunday, day 9, year 2, and we're just waiting for the end of the day to kind of roll around, so that we can conduct a little bit of expansion. We're pretty packed out at the moment. I've been filling various contracts out to the end of next week. And we're already in a position where the schedule is pretty hectic through that time. The biggest blocker to growth right now is going to be whether I can get a few more medium flights coming in and out of Africa's favourite airport. And frankly, I need to get another medium stand done as we wait for this CLM flight to spool up and get out of my airport. Nobody gets to delay. Not around here. We don't do delays. You're just going to have to land somewhere else if you're delayed in any fashion at all. You go now or you don't go at all. So let's see who we've still got in. We've got a couple of lights still in, but we're towards the end of the day now. As the last takeoffs. Can you say that? No. The last flights prepare to take off. Now, expansion is also going to require an additional runway of some description. I'm tempted to get a larger runway, but even then, there is a finite number of aircraft that you can have going in at one time. So I don't know if that's sensible or not. And it's an expensive piece of investment. We'll have a look at the research and we'll see what's available to us in terms of expanding things out. But the big job that we've got on is a bit of reorganisation of the terminal overall, because it's a right mess, frankly. So stick around. It's bulldozing time. Right, there we go. So the terminal is now empty for the day. We've got 2 hours left before Monday rolls around. I'll just show you the schedule that we've got here. So there's Sunday, all done and dusted. Here's Monday, very, very busy. So whatever it is that I get up to now, I need to make sure that I get it done. The gate 7 here is the medium gate, and as you can see, we are fully stacked throughout the entire week, and I've got another 4 or 5 that need plumbing in once Sunday becomes available to set up. So getting that second medium gate on the go is going to be pretty essential, I would have thought, but we'll have to see how we get on. Now then, am I really going to do this? Yeah, you know what, I think I am. Right, we'll pause the game, here we go, because we don't want too much of a disaster there. Where's my bulldozer? Now then, how am I going to work this? Yeah, let's start by bulldozing all of this lot. And also, lads, I've got news for you. We're going to be working everybody today. Just got to remember where they live. They're in operations, construction. Deploy everybody. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to hold on. Just get off. We're going to kill off all of this lot so that we can make the terminal building considerably larger. The overall aim will be to L-shape and then perhaps U-shape the terminal. Thinking about potentially, apologies for the rapid camera movement, but I'm trying to show stuff off here. Potentially, when I've got a bit more cash, we'll bulldoze the runway and move it out a little bit further. That way we'll have some space so that we can potentially thread through an additional aircraft. Although, see, I'm thinking if we were to, I'm just going to set this up here so you can see what I'm thinking. Taxiway is what we're after. Taxiway foundation, there we go, concrete taxiway. So what I'm thinking potentially, and this might not involve the bulldozation of what we've got already, is building a taxiway there out to a second runway. Can we get? You can taxi through the landing lights there. I don't know if it's going to allow you to do that or not. But then basically have a second runway on there. But since they have to cross the first runway to get to the second, I don't know if that's actually going to do me any favours. I don't know. I'm sure you'll be able to, but we're not going to do that today because I need to think that through, and it is quite an expensive proposition, to say the least. Right, what else do we need? We can keep those in there for the moment. Let's deploy the hounds and get that lot shredded. Basically, I'm going to loop out the road that we've got here. I'm going to loop it out a little bit further. So we're going to come out this way. In fact, I can get that going now. Public road. Here we go. No, public road. Asphalt. Thank you. Cannot place a structure. Pardon? Ooh, okay. Maybe not destroying all of the road there would have been advisable. All right. Have I permanently broken this now? Without a road connecting the delivery site, which is there, and it won't let me place a road if I haven't got a road. Well, that's exciting. Well, let's do another delivery site. What are we looking for? We're looking for that, whatever that might be. Contractor offload, loading site maybe? Yeah, that looks like the same thing. Right, okay, well, let's put that down here then, because that's probably a safe place to do this. And then still can't do it until we've got that established. I wonder if we have actually broken the game. Well, that'll be fun. Right, okay, well, it's in, and it seems to actually want to allow me to do it now. Let's get these jokers out of here, and then we'll build the road of our dreams, or at least something along those lines. So if I build that out here, let's go a reasonable distance, and then we'll run up here instead. Like that. Now, what would be lovely here is if I had the ability to place one-way roads. That would be rather fantastic, but I haven't, so get over it. And that's all that we're going to say about that. Right, so this is going to be our new terminal building over here. What would be completely wonderful would be if I can somehow, if we go up like this, right? Obviously do both sides of the road. I'm spending quite a bit on road here, man. And then continue running it round. But I don't think this is going to work. The idea here being that... hold on, steady. And like that. The idea being that this loop that we've got going on will give us plenty of options as far as, you know, car drop-off and the like. Right, sidewalk. How about... Why don't we pave all of it? Because it's 67 grand. Well, let's not pave all of it. That's excessive. 21,000. Hold your horses. Let's go from the right square here. Hold on, let's not even do that. Let's wait until you've placed an appropriate number. That could do the trick. Okay, so if we were to stick bus stops on one side and then car drop-offs on the other, then people could be happy. Surely. Right, let's just plumb one in and see what that looks like. Admittedly, my hold everything. Oh dear, it's 4:30 in the morning and no one can get to the airport. That's a problem. Okay, right. Well, we're just going to need to do that for the moment, right? And then we'll stick a crosswalk on here, and then we'll add enough sidewalks so they can get back again. This is the actually no. This is a good piece of design, because you can't build anything while the game's paused. And while the game is unpaused, time of course marches forward, as do your incoming flights. Right, we're going to have to do that and see where it gets us. We're just going to have to make modifications as we go. But I've already made a mess of this. I know. Normally it takes me a little while longer, but today I've hit the ground at a sprint. Let's get some sort of more sidewalk in. Only if that bus stop works, of course. Yes, didn't think that through. Should have, but didn't. Yeah, okay, well, let's hope these contractors earn their money. I mean, it's all very well you plumbing in this rather extensive piece of road that I set up for the first manoeuvre. There we go. We've got planes in. There's a passenger. They're just hauling it across this bit of wasteland. Right, we've got the bus stop in. Okay, cool. Right, now then we can slow it down some while I mock in the next bit of bus stop. We want a few over here. Because what I'm intending to do is then put car drop-offs on the other side. We'll leave enough room. So we'll do bus stops opposite one another, and then we'll leave enough room in between for people to mill about a bit. But we're going to want a fair few because the aim here will be to get up to, I don't know, 4 or 5 medium terminals, medium stands. Are you going to place these equidistant, or are you not concerned about such things? Evidently not even remotely concerned about such things. Car drop off. Firstly, we'll extend our sidewalk here to there. That's it. And we'll do another couple similar to this further up. I may reposition a few of these. As ever, I'm quite happy to get things wrong in the short term in order to get a clear view on what's going to work on the long term. What have you left there? You've left a full block. I see. Look, that's almost like using the grid the way it was intended. Like that. You get a bit of a time delay on the thump of it actually being paid for. You click, it goes, and then it goes bosh slightly later. Do we think you've got enough yet? I mean, how much car parking do you want to set up here? Because that's quite a bit. That's as it should be. Right, well, we've got planes coming in and out, which is good, because they'll keep the cash topped up. There goes our first medium of the day. Very nice. And while we're... Actually, I'm gonna let some of that get built. And while that's happening, I'm going to see if I can get to... There we go, we can get to Sunday. And we'll plumb in some of these missing Skylink flights that I've got to do. There we are, yep. Pretty straightforward stuff. And obviously, once I've got the right number of gates in place, I can be a bit more... Well, I could be a bit more selective now. But I can be more selective. Why is it saying 2 of 9 are not in place? We'll give that a bit longer and see what transpires. There you go. You were perhaps a little close to this this jet here, Mr. Cessna. Well, I don't think it's a Cessna. What is it? It's a Cessna. Okay. Well, turns out I was accidentally right there. Yeah, got a little bit close to the jet there, and that might not have gone so well. However, there we go. Right, what have we got happening here? These are all trucks making deliveries, which is fine. Obviously, I can't build beyond the entryway here. That car's given up. See if I could build out here. Oh, hold on. Let's try a bit more road. Because if I were to build like this, we could just plunk ourselves in a bit of a bypass, so that the trucks could do their own thing, and then the passenger vehicles could likewise figure it out for themselves. Well, our first bus stop is seeing plenty of action. I don't know what my workforce is working on at the moment, but they could do with shaking a leg a bit. No matter. Right then, let's start to think about extending out this. Do we want foundation? I think foundation's a good way to go. Expanding out the terminal. Sorry, there you go. I was just doing some mental calculations mentally, and I calculated in a mental kind of fashion. what it was that I was going to try and accomplish. And now that I've thought that through, we're going to go and do it. What have we got here? 23 by 18. Nobody builds something with a 23 kind of setup. Let's go for 24. Do we think? Yeah, that's going to leave plenty of space. Now that's my big capital investment for this gig, and eventually what I'll do is I'll probably do one of a similar size. So that was 24 by 18. So I'll do similar sizes all the way down. Of course, you put that in a place that wasn't ideal given your crosswalk, but we can delete the crosswalk if it comes down to it. And then stick another one that's of a similar kind of size. How much are we talking about here? 1, 15, 16, 17, 18. See, so it should be there. Okay, that's not off by much. Always measure first before you just start randomly plunking things down. What we're trying to do here is do it a little bit better than we have done historically, so that everything looks great. But it's not going to do that if you're just still going to insist on randomly plunking things down left, right and centre. As we get another medium plane coming in, which is a lovely way to top up our earnings for the hour. Now, I see, look, there's a few people making an actual purchase, which is nice. Review the contract. Contract's not completed. Well, there aren't enough sales yet. I need to make you much bigger shops, which the much bigger terminal should facilitate. One would hope, if any of my workers ever go and get working on it. What are they busy on at the moment? Bus stops, fundamentally. That's okay. Hold on, that was a bus that went out round the top. Is this actually working? There goes a car. Where are you going? No, he's decided just to pull a U-ey. But you've gone the right way. Look at that. That's pretty much what we intended. How about this? Nope, that bus has just pulled a U-turn as well. All right, well, for whatever reason, traffic isn't... He's pulled another U-turn now, and another one. We're watching the blue bus here, moving in a very mysterious fashion. Don't fully understand what's going on there, but hey, it's all good. That's better. Yes, yeah, a little bit more orderly. Right, we've got good bus stop numbers now. So it's once all of the there you go. We've got our car drop off points in as well. So that should be about right for the passengers to get themselves wherever it is they need to go, as the construction team work variously on paving and on the foundation. If they're having to do these tiny little bits one at a time, we're going to be sat here waiting for quite a while. Right, let's slow it down. I want to have a quick look at the schedule. Hello, schedule. Here's Tuesday. Plenty of gaps in Tuesday. Let's go sign a bunch of tiddlers, if we've got any tiddlers that wish to be signed. Right, we're looking for 1-star flights here. Right, what have we got? 7 light check-ins. Yes. Thank you. Cheap, I think is what they call it. 7 light check-ins. What we can't sign is any more mediums because we haven't got anywhere to put them. 5 dailies, okay. Any more 1-star? No, you see, everybody thinks I'm a 2-star airport, I should say, now. And I'm not, you know, I'm not going to tell them they're wrong, but they are wrong. We're still very much a budget airport. There we go. I'm loving how many recurrers we've got in there. That should keep me from having to fiddle with this too regularly, quite quickly. Right, CLM. What do you got? Doesn't really matter. Just plumb it in. Yep. Still trying to squeeze too many aircraft into too little runway, in my opinion. If we were to put that there, that's a quiet bit of runway period. Next one, do something similar. In fact, if we just offset that by a similar amount, that should take some of the strain there. And then lots of one shots. That's good. Let's go fill out the schedule with these guys. And you know what? If they're a couple of minutes late getting into or out of the airport, I mean, that's, you know, that's neither here nor there, really. We'll just have to accept it. But I need to keep at least around about this much. Probably, you know, you see, don't just wiggle your mouse about, because you keep triggering all sorts of pop-ups. Yeah, but if I can keep this kind of tempo up, then we'll be bringing in money sufficient to see this project through to the end. Because, you know, our baggage handling system is coping at the moment, and I don't want it to cope. I want to be thoroughly challenged by the bagging handlage scenario. Right, that's more than enough for Tuesday. Let's go and have a look at Wednesday. What have we got left in the list here? Oh, it's just one more recurring. You come in? No? Let's back it up. Let's try it again. Hello? Anything at all? Right, what are you? You're not even telling me, bruv. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? Sunday, we've got a no, that's not it. Anyway, we've got two more. No, that's not working. Okay. Well, clearly they don't want to talk to me at the moment. I'll deal with them in a bit. We'll see how we're getting on. Good. Right, another plane coming in, which means more money. So, I mean, if you recall, when we started out today, I only had 100. Well, after I'd plunked in all this building paraphernalia, I only had 100 grand left, and now we're back up to 150. So the volume of flights that I'm doing is evidently plenty to get this done. Now all we've got to do is do it. And then we start to get into, you know, fantasy airport running situation. But I think the big holdback is definitely going to be a second runway. Second runway will make all the difference in the world to getting stuff in and out. As will the ability to take greater numbers of medium flights. So one of the things I want to do as part of this redevelop is sort out baggage handling much better than I've got it now. At the moment, it works, but it could be significantly finer than it is at the moment. There you go. You're going to go around that side. You're going to pick all of this lot up. That's it. Throwers getting to work. There's still some bags left there, fellas. Do we know what they're for? I want a lost property desk where we can where we get a random list of people's properties. No one gets a delay. Nor you. Or you. No one. We delay no one. You haven't got all your passengers. You haven't got all your baggage. Tough. Get out of my airport. I know it's hard but fair. Let's repair the runway while we're at it. I think that's probably the one thing we can't do without. You say you think it's the one thing you can't do without. You know for a fact it's the one thing you can't do without. Got to have a runway. Okay, right. So the aim will be in the next episode to possibly double, maybe half as much width again on the departure lounge side of proceedings. We'll also run round the top. So we've got an idea of the shape that it's going to take, and how much more space have I got up there? I've got quite a bit more space actually. So maybe we're not quite at run round the top yet. Maybe we want a couple more gates going up first, and then we'll swing it round the top. Don't know what to do for another runway. Maybe we stick one out over here. I mean, do we have upgrade options? Upgrades. Extend runway towards north, 20 grand. Okay, I assume that's north. Build some pappy lights. Okay, well, I just did that, so there was that. Oh, let's do it again. I've got the money. Right, that's north. Fine, okay. I'm not sure how having a longer runway is going to help me. But there it is. Let's structure position not valid. No, guess not. Pappy lights not for us. Okay, well, you know, maybe that's helpful, maybe it isn't. Although, maybe that means that when they come in and land, they can swing off at the earlier exit. Don't really know. Anyway, next time around, we're going to look to continue this expansion, and as you can see, just laying the foundations here is taking quite a long time. So it's you know, this is going to be a long-term project. We're going to stick with the series for a little while, at least until I get a few more medium gates up. Because that way we can have a baggage handling system and a security setup and all of this kind of stuff that starts to convey some real sense of a large bustling airport. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching today. Fling your likes in this direction should you have liked this. If you didn't like it, then, you know, don't chuck a like. There you go. That's easy enough. And subscribe so you don't miss out on whatever nonsense I'm up to next. I've been Colonel Failure. Catch you soon. Cheerio.